Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
What's going on, world? You guys are back. Season 2, Episode 5 of the Tiddy and Shiner Show. My name is Big Tiddy, and I'm white, but I'm damn sure I wasn't wearing white last night.
And I was once arrested for a series of streaking incidents in Kuala Lumpur. My name is Shiner.
Kuala Lumpur. That used to be the world's tallest building there.
Yeah, I did. I don't even know why that city came into my head, bro.
Kuala Lumpur. I could buy it if you were in like United Arab Emirates or something like
Emirates.
that. Someplace like
How you doing,
that.
buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. It's been a long week.
And let's not forget, we got producer Donnie running the controls for us tonight.
Yep. This podcast wouldn't go as well as it goes without Donnie. So, applause.
And you know what? Why do we give you props and you just shoot us the finger? Like, I don't know what you think that means, but Donnie, do you realize that means fuck you? I mean, you think it's a term of endearment.
He probably thinks we're going to get on him on the mullet thing. And I'm like, dude, Donnie, get over yourself, buddy. I'm so over the mullet right now. It's not even funny. We had the Super Bowl on Sunday, and that's like old fucking news for this week.
The Super Bowl was what, 3 days ago? And that's already ancient history.
Yeah, it's ancient freaking history.
So Donnie's mullet isn't hitting the radar.
Nope, not this
motherfucker. He'll get a crew cut tomorrow watching. We put a picture up of Donnie on social media, and people loved it. I mean, we got some comments. I got some DMs about it. People thought Donnie was looking pretty fucking dapper.
Well, Donnie's actually he's a jack of all trades. He's an aircraft mechanic. So you got to trust your life to the mullet if you're going to fly.
We won't put it out there what company he works for, but if you're flying, if you're doing any aviation travel, you want to high five Donnie.
Yeah, if you're at the Jones Riverside Airport in Tulsa, Oklahoma, your plane goes up in the air because this cat. So.
And the next time he picks up a beer to drink it, and it's a Miller Genuine Draft, we're going to have fucking problems because that is not the official beer of the Tiddy and Shiner Show.
Neither is Miller Lite, Bud Light, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra.
Let's remind people what the official beer of this show is.
It is the exact same thing as the stupid people who get on top of these animals and say, "Let's go, boys, let's go." It's PBR.
PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, red, white, and blue. God damn it, Donnie, that can is not red, white, and blue. And after last night's State of the Union speech, you should be drinking nothing but beer out of cans of red, white, and blue.
Word. I can't agree more.
Well, I called out the elephant in the room, Tiddy. How did you feel about that speech?
I thought it was a great speech.
Let me preface this by saying, when we branched out on our own and started the Tiddy and Shiner Show, we never intended for this to be a political podcast.
No. As a matter of fact, we wanted to stay as middle of the road as possible. It's just you motherfuckers are making it so difficult to stay middle of the road.
Stay in the middle, man.
I want to stay. Yeah. I want to ride the middle. I do. It makes the road wider. It makes it easier to navigate. I feel like a NASCAR driver being able to go anywhere I want on the road. But you guys are keeping me in my lane.
Yeah. It's hard to stay in the middle when people are pushing you in your lane. So back to your feelings on the State of the Union address, big man.
I thought it was a great speech. I felt energized as a citizen. I definitely feel like if I did not have direction the day before, I definitely have direction. Where we want to go now, where we want to be in 6 months, and where we want to be in 4 years.
Well, here's the thing that I picked up on that. There's a lot of static put out there on the interwebs, Twitter, about his behavior when he tweets. If you don't think that man acted very presidential last night, then please email us and let us know why. Because I thought he acted very presidential, which proved to me that he has that ability. People forget Trump is a showman, man. He was in showbiz before he was a president, and a lot of that Twitter shit is showbiz stuff.
It is,
but yeah, it very much is. And last night was nothing but a presidential man standing up, delivering a speech. There's a lot of it that I agreed with. The majority of it, well, let's just get down to it. All of it I agreed with.
I was going to say, I don't think there's anything in his speech that I disagreed with. From late-term abortion to the wall to VA compensation, cancer research.
Yeah, I love that he touched on that.
Yeah, cancer research.
Eradicating HIV and AIDS.
Yes.
Who doesn't support that?
Well,
and I thought it was a really good, classy dig about we need to quit spending time, money, and effort on partisan investigations. I thought he delivered that very professionally.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of truth to that.
And that goes for both sides.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. I'll totally agree with that. I loved what he said. The quote that he said, that America will never be a socialist country. That, man, dude, that almost brought tears to my eyes. And I think it did bring a tear to Bernie Sanders' eyes, and maybe Nancy Pelosi's.
No, Nancy was too busy. I don't know what she was reading.
I think it was a copy of his speech.
Well, she seemed to be fucking lost because she was skipping from page to page.
Well, when you have that many drinks, it's hard to keep up.
No shit. And by the way, America, world, if you saw this, was she eating sunflower seeds or just chewing on the bottom of her top lip?
A, she was eating sunflower seeds. B, she was tweaked out on methadone. One or the other one.
Probably. So she's contemplating a late-term abortion, I'll bet.
Well, and here's the deal. Here's after the, okay, I watched Twitter last night and this morning first thing. I eventually quit watching it because it got ridiculous. There's a lot of people commenting on the State of the Union address and President Trump that are Canadian. What the fuck do you have in this fight? Tell me that. You're fucking Canadian. It doesn't matter two shits what we do in this fucking country.
Here's how divided the country is. The approval of the president's speech, Republicans, obviously it's going to be high, 97%. Democrats, obviously it's going to be low, 30% of Democrats.
Let's talk about the real people, though.
Independents, people who do not want to be affiliated with one party or the other, and I almost want to stick myself in that generation or in that party.
We that ship sailed, bud. We can't do that anymore.
Yeah, 82% of independents approved of the speech.
82% of independents?
Yep.
Okay, so that tells you right now, if we had an election in this country, Trump's going to get reelected, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, the country's full of independents. Full.
Well, that's a very interesting statistic right there. Like, I still don't. Well, I've heard 2 or 3 different reasonings why. Why did the women in Democratic aisle? Why did they all wear white? What was that about? Do you know?
Something about unity.
Well, they unified and looked like the fucking Heaven's Gate cult is what happened.
One of them looked like she was in a straitjacket. She kept her arms crossed so much.
Oh, Cortez had her arms strapped. And you sent me a text of that, and I was like, man, you nailed it. It does look like she's in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
And I saw our good buddy Oman. In her fucking head wrap, and she kept praying during his speech. I want to know what that was about. What are you fucking praying about?
72 virgins?
72 virgins.
How does that go? Do you get 72 virgin men?
Wow. Do they?
I don't know.
I don't either.
It's a farce, whatever it is, but believe what you want to believe.
72 virgin men, if I do it all, the math right, it equals about 2 minutes and 13 seconds of sex. So that's not really that big of a gain.
Yeah, but, wherever you may be, you're going to be a hot wife. It's for sure.
Well, here's the deal. Like, I thought he addressed the wall very professionally. He laid down some statistics that people are calling bullshit on Twitter. I don't know how they have that but How you cannot want a wall in this country when he laid down those numbers, I do not know.
Now, granted, I'll give you that drugs mostly come into the port areas, and they also they also come through where there's guards when it comes through on the road. I mean, you can't take a semi-tractor trailer off road, or it goes through tunnels. This we know, but the point is the MS-13 that deals with the drugs on this side of the fence, if there's one, is the point. And how do they come through?
Well,
they don't come through in the major thoroughfares. They don't come through in the ports. They come through where there's no wall.
That's the MS-13. I think is a weird quagmire because I don't think Joe Blow in average America understands or realizes how violent these fucking people are. And I think there's a lot of talk about MS-13 from Trump, and people aren't really understanding who's coming into this country and the violence they're enacting on our citizens.
Well, the MS-13 is probably just underneath a Muslim. I put Muslims at the top. If you're willing to kill for religion, I mean that's the scariest thing out there. The second scariest thing, they're willing to kill you for whatever.
Yeah, they're just killing to kill. Yeah. I mean, very violent people. And I think if you're in suburban America, that's not a concern of yours. If you don't stop them, it will be.
Absolutely. With the numbers that they estimate that they're coming in, it's the MS-13 are not just taking it to the inner city. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Shannon.
Okay.
All right. Heroin users.
Yes, sir.
Urban or suburban?
Are you asking me which are there more of?
Yeah.
I would say suburban at this point.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
It was considered an inner city problem, but your main heroin users now are white, wealthy, and living in suburbs.
Yes, sir.
That's where the main problem is. You know, everybody used to think that it was an urban problem. Now it's in the suburbs, and it's taken over rural communities as well. How do you think that shit gets there?
How do you think it gets there?
Well, obviously you have a cartel that wants this stuff over the border. And then you have a cartel that has soldiers on this side of the fence that make sure that stuff gets to the regions that it's supposed to go. And then you've got some lower level MS-13s who distribute that to dealers in their region. Do you think the MS-13 are selling you the drugs? No.
What I was going to say, now we're back on the MS-13 thing.
Yeah. They're not directly selling it to you, but they're getting it to the person that is.
Anybody listening to this podcast, and I would bet my left nut on anybody listening to this podcast by at least 2 degrees of separation knows somebody that knows an opiate addict. That's how bad the epidemic.
Well,
so
I used to be one.
Well, there you have it.
So
I got 1 degree of separation.
Mm-hmm. I used to be one
on more levels than just this.
Yeah, I've been clean since 2008.
Which good on you, Tiddy. Yeah. And anybody fighting that fight, you guys keep fighting it, man. You guys keep fucking putting every bit of energy you have into it because I hate every day that I read a story that opiate took somebody's life. It breaks my heart.
I can tell you this: nobody gets into doing opiates knowing that they're going to, knowing that they're going to become stuck on it and stick with it for years and years and years. Nobody goes into it with that. I didn't go into that. You know,
I hope people listening understand that this is a really, for real, legit epidemic.
Huge.
It's out of control. It's controlling people. It's killing people. And the MS-13 is very well known to facilitate fentanyl. And fentanyl is one of the most dangerous substances known to man. It's
1,000 times more powerful than...
Yes. It's taking people's lives left and right. And here's the deal. If you talk to a heroin addict, there's heroin dealers that get heroin, and they will lace it with fentanyl. And people will start dropping like flies. People start ODing on shit and dying. Here's how strong that addiction is. Heroin addicts that hear that on the street will flock to that dealer to buy that heroin because they want to get to that edge of death and experience it.
Yeah, they want that level of high. A lot of times
they go over the edge. So this is a problem we got to stop. If for no other reason that you want a wall, you need to want a wall so people stop dying in this fucking country.
There's just one of many.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can list out shit tons of them, but that's the one. If you don't want people dying, support